how long will it take me to become not a qualified coach, because that could take as little as 6 months if they got the programs right, but how long will it take me to become competent in this system? I mean, really competent, to be able to coach at a high level, and what is involved in that for me? What's my commitment going to be like?
I think a general answer is 2 years.
Yeah, I agree.
We say that to get to the PCMC, Professional Certified Medical Coaches, takes 2 years, and 400 or 500 hours of paid professional coaching and a case study and some other things. A lot of the practice and the ability to take your style and integrate those competencies with your style so that it becomes so smooth, so elegant. And so I would say for most people it's going to be a couple of years to really become professional in the coaching skills.
Yeah, we agree, and that speaks a lot to there's a lot of organizations out there promising, make $100,000 inside of 6 months, and I just can't see it myself, because the competency to be able to maintain that needs to be there. And I've never seen that built in 6 months myself.
Yeah. It'd be the rare exception to the case. So there could be few individuals like that, but the average person, it's going to be a commitment to self, to deliberate practice, to practicing on those things inside of a community. And that's one of the things we've tried to do with meta coaching, to provide the MCF community, so the chapters of support, so that we can get those kinds of high quality coaches that show the difference.
Yeah, we agree. It's one of the things that differentiates meta coaching. We run chapter groups here in Sydney and in Melbourne on a monthly basis, and we're starting them up in Canberra and Brisbane fairly soon as well. So and building that community is paramount to us. And things that people, that are in our experience in creating coaches and people in the field of coaching, is that they may get a coaching certification but find it very difficult in the field to make it. Our experience is probably about 10% of the coaches who go through coaching organizations and institutions tend to make it in the field of coaching. What's that down to, do you think?
Well, so a couple things. One thing is, have they been trained in the business skills that they need?
Yeah.
Because most coaches are people persons rather than business oriented, and so it's one of the big concerns we have in meta coaching, to make sure that people think in terms of business, have some business intelligence and acumen, and can coach themselves into the business part. And so we put some emphasis on that. So if that's missing, they could be a great coach.
Yeah.
They're not going to get clients, and therefore they're not going to be in business. The other thing is the ongoing support. If there's not ongoing support, so that people can come back and say, help me out with this or that.
Yeah. So
the chapters is one of the ways we do that.
Yeah. You often mention that if skills aren't used, they deteriorate. So say a bit more about that.
Well, so any skill, if it's not continually practiced, will deteriorate. It just we'll forget the edge, the intellectual distinctions, the actual practice of it, and so skills have to be practiced if they're going to be kept refreshed. And what Anders Ericsson, with his longitudinal study on performance and expert performance, was that it's all about deliberate practice. And that can only happen when there's people who can give us really sharp feedback.
Right.
And without that sharp feedback, then I'm practicing. I could be practicing wrong.
Yeah.
And actually making it worse. And so having a community of people who are committed to each other.
Yeah. And a coach, by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apply to self. And so is that why you think people in the field of sport, for example, or tennis or golf, continuously practice to keep that edge?
Yep.
And so this is no different.
Yeah.